to do this in the world's eyes now because this guy okayed it. Put it up, Mike.
Calm down, people.
I entered into public life. I have a memory of what my mother taught me, my grandparents taught me. I believe that discriminating against people was wrong. I had no choice. I was born that way. In Hawaii, and I believed that discrimination because of somebody's sexual orientation or gender identity ran counter to who we are as a people. And it's a violation of the basic tenets on which this nation was founded. I believe that gay couples deserve the same legal rights as every other couple in this country. What?
Look at all these weirdos. Room full of weirdos.
And that's... Now, there was such a good recitation earlier by Neil that I feel bad repeating it, but let me just, it bears repeating. This is why we're making sure that hospitals extended visitation rights to gay couples, because nobody should be barred from their bedside because their partner, the bedside of their partner, in a moment of pain or a moment of need. Nobody should have to produce a legal contract to hold the hand of the person that they love.
Stop it, I can't take it.
That's why we launched them.
But they put Sodom and Gomorrah on the books and legalized it. And the quote-unquote leader of the free world came out and made it all right. It's not all right. Remember, sin got to get to the full before the Most High brings destruction on the place. And that's what these dudes are doing. They bringing the sin to the full. As if they don't know what they're doing. Now, look at this image.
It went out. Click on it.
Click on it. Is it up? One moment.
Literally.
Look at these weirdos. Look at these cats, man. Can y'all see that?
Oh, y'all see.
This dude got a straight up mini skirt. And this dude got a leotard on or some type of madness. God, please.
And they say this is the new kilt. This is not skirts. These are kilts. Like, Are you kidding me? You got on a skirt bag. This is no kilt. You got on a skirt. But this is the stuff that's going on right now. Again, you got the butch lesbians coming outside with no shirts on now. All of this stuff is just like normal to everybody. But let's show it's not normal. Let's get 2 Peter 2 and 4.
Second Kepha, chapter 2 and verse 4. For if the Most High spared not the Malachim that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow.
Did what?
Condemned them with an overthrow.
Read.
Making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly.
So he did what he did with Sodom and Gomorrah for an example, to show you if you participate in this lifestyle, which these people are, this is what you got coming. But they don't believe. They don't believe his word. When the evidence shows you, if you go to Sodom and Gomorrah, it's still smoking. Read.
And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked.
So Lot was vexed in this thing. It vexed him to be there. Just like when I be at work, I work with all of these, the lewdest women ever, and they say anything in front of you. At first they used to say, oh, don't say that in front of Moses. Then it got all right. Now it's like, oh, I can say it in front of, anything. Vexed Lot's spirit. Read.
For that righteous man dwelling among them, in seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day.
So it vexed his righteous soul from day to day. So what was Lot doing? He was sighing, crying for all of this wickedness. Oh, what you got right there? Let's get Ezekiel 9.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4. And Yahuwah said to him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the heads of the men that sigh and that cry.
So Lot was being vexed, watching this wickedness go on. So in other words, he was sighing and crying because he couldn't stand to be around that wickedness. That's how he got the mark to get out. But most people go along with this stuff. Oh, it ain't nothing. You know, just because you're a fan of this person, it's still wicked. It's still wicked. And most of our people, because it's somebody that they like, you go along with it. And if you go along with it, it means you condoning it. Read.
That sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
So all of these abominations, we went on the streets and spoke against this thing, and we nearly got attacked about speaking against this when the book tells us it's wicked as all outdoors. But everybody, the people down there was mad as the devil at us for speaking against this act. Read.
And to the others he said in my hearing, go you after him through the city, and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have you pity. Slay utterly old and young.
Everybody that condoned it, Lot's wife must have condoned it because she looked back. He told her, don't look back. So everybody that condoned this thing and down with it, oh, they can do anything they want to, just as long as you don't bring it to me. No! You're going to be one of these people. Read.
Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children.
Not the children. They didn't do nothing. Read it again.
slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
So how did he get the mark? Because it was the sighing and crying against this stuff. They didn't rock with it. They didn't go to the popular route and say, man, you know, everybody got the right to live. You know what I'm saying? They got the whole campaign, gay is the new black. All of this foolishness as if we got a choice to be black when you chose to be that way, because the Most High, I didn't make man upright. I mean, not upright. So you chose this lifestyle. Read.
And begin at my sanctuary.
Where at?
And begin at my sanctuary.
So these crooked dudes who getting paid, who don't speak against it, is going to get it first. Man. Do it look like we back in those days so far? Let's go to Matthew 24. Matter of fact, let's get Jude 1 and 7. Jude.
The epistle of Jude, verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh.
So they gave themselves over to it. At first it was kind of disgusting, but then you say, oh, well, I guess it ain't that bad. Everybody doing it. Read.
And going after strange flesh are set forth an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Suffering what?
The vengeance of eternal fire.
No, that's that old mean God in the Old Testament that used to do stuff like that.
Suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Give Romans 1 and 26. It says eternal fire. Not you get in there for a while and then you can get back out. It's eternal because you got them Jehovah's Witnesses who teach that you can get in there for a little while and then you know he'll let you out. Exactly. I debated with one for about a month straight, and that's what he believes.
The book of Romans chapter 1 and verse 26. For this cause the Most High gave them up to vile affections.
He gave them up to vile affections. Read.
For even their women did change their natural use into that which is against nature.
So this stuff is against nature in itself. It don't even have to be taught. Little kids see this stuff off the rip and say, ugh, they're gay. But then after so long to seeing it, start looking normal to them. Start being popular because they got Ellen on TV promoting it, saying that it's all right and it's okay. The president of the so-called free world just told you it's okay. All of these things, and they don't even know that he lead you right into the days of Noah and the days of Lot, which means destruction is coming on you. Read.
And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another.
So they burn in their lust one toward another. And that's what we're seeing right now wholesale. Every day it gets worse and worse. These brothers here had the nerve to come out and put on skirts and go out in the middle of people can see them. They didn't even say let's do it late at night. They out in the daylight with skirts on.
I thought the freeze came out at night.
Hey, it's showing you they come out in the day. Broad daylight. All right, let's get Matthew 24:37.
The book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that they were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage.
So when you're going into that marriage and giving in marriage, it tells you same-sex marriages. Read.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came, and took them all away.
What did the flood do?
Took them all away.
So the flood took them all away. But they tell you that you want to get took. No, you don't want to get took. The flood took them away. Read.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Read.
Then two shall be in the field. The one shall be taken and the other left.
So this means they just working their everyday jobs and everything is fine. Read.
Two women shall be grinding at the mill. The one shall be taken and the other left.
So again, we've been taught to get took is the good thing. It's showing you absolutely opposite. To be took is bad. Read.
Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your master does come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered his house to be broken up.
So he's giving us a warning so we can be watchful. So we can actually see. Well, let's answer this. Get Luke 17 and 34. Because they never tell us where you're being took to. Which is key. You should ask him, where is he taking them to? Which the disciples did.
The book of Luke chapter 17 and verse 34. I tell you, in that night there shall be two in one bed. The one shall be taken and the other shall be left. Two women shall be grinding together. The one shall be taken and the other left. Two men shall be in the field. The one shall be taken and the other left.
Now this is what the church should ask. Read.
And they answered and said to him, Where, master? And he said to them, Wheresoever the body is, there will the eagles be gathered together.
Should be translated better, the vultures. So, what do vultures do?
Right, birds of prey.
Exactly. But they'll never tell you none of this. So, now, let's go back to Noah. Let's go to Genesis. Six and 1.
The book of Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of the Most High saw that the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
So it says, and they were fair, and they took them wives of all of which they chose. Now we got some people that teach that these are the sons of Seth that are the Most High sons, and the men is the Canaanites. Well, it don't say that. So when you go into men, it comes out to 8, 11, 19, Ruddy, Adam. So it's the sons of Adam, not those sons of the Canaanite or Cain. I don't know why they get this from to make this stuff up. It don't got nothing to do with Seth. So how in the world can Seth, a regular man, produce giants? That don't make sense. But read on.
And the Most High said, My spirit shall not always strive with man.
What does that mean? My spirit shall not always strive with man.
The goodness of men, the evil would overtake some people.
Yes. What does the word strive mean?
Fight.
Exactly. So that's what we always thought, but it means to actually fight. He said, I'm not going to always fight with man. He already know that he's wicked. Read.
For that he is also flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years.
Read on.
There were giants in the earth in those days.
So he said there were giants in the earth in those days. So let's see. We're going to go into this word giant so we can get some understanding with it. So the word giant. it comes out to Nephal, a giant, the Nephilims. But it gives you another definition as well, which is H5307. And it means Nephal, a primitive root to fall, in a great variety of applications, to cast down. So this means something was cast down. The fallen angels was cast down because they did these things which we was over here reading in 2 Peter about the angels who kept not their first estate. So it was giants in the earth in those days. Let's go back, read.
There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of the Most High came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men.
The same became what?
Mighty men.
Mighty men. Let's see what that means. It's Gabor. H1397. Powerful. By implication, warrior, tyrant, champion. Read.
The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
Men of renown. Does anybody know what renown means?
Fame, popularity.
Right. So these things was famous. They was popular. Now I ask y'all, is it any big strong guys carry a little thing in their hand, they run into another man and tackle him and throw him on the ground and he jump up and beat his chest? Ah! These type of guys, and other guy, real big and put a ball into a little circle, they famous and everybody want to be like them. They can get any women, just like I said, and they chose women, all which they chose, they took them. These people on TV, that's giants, and the whole world look up to them because they famous, and they can get any woman that they want to. Is anybody like that out here now? It's not? Of course not. Exactly. They hide under the radar. But this is who everybody want to have a baby with. Right? Don, I gotta get what's her name gonna be in town? I'm going down there, girl. I'm gonna put on my baddest dress. That nigga gonna get me pregnant. You about to have a baby by a Nephilim. Let's get Daniel 2:43. Matter of fact, start at 40.
The book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaks in pieces and subdues all things, and as iron that breaks all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas you saw the feet and toes, part of the potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it the strength of iron, for as much as you saw the iron mixed with miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay.
So it's showing you a mixture of two different things. Read.
So the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Read.
And whereas you saw iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
They shall do what?
They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
Now the question is, what is the they? Because it's mingling with a man. So it says, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. So what is the they there? It's something not man. To put it simple, it's something that's not quote unquote human. Just like they was doing back in the days of Noah, coming down and doing this. So it's got to repeat itself. Let's get Daniel 12 and 1. Because it's going to get so bad that we're going to need deliverance.
The book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Mikael stand up, the great prince which stands for the children of your people. And there shall be a time of trouble.
A time of what?
A time of trouble.
Jacob's trouble. Read.
Such as never was since there was a nation.
So it's going to be the worst time ever when this stuff taking place. Read.
Even to that same time. And at that time your people shall be delivered.
Shall be what?
Be delivered. Every one that shall be found written in the book, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
So it's letting you know it's going to be the worst time, because it's going to be something non-human down here doing something. Which when you read Revelation, it's talking about the locusts with the face of a man and the hair of a woman and the teeth of a lion and all of that stuff. That's what it's talking about. So let's go back to Genesis 6. Pick it up at verse 5.
Genesis 6 and 5. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
See that? It says that the imagination of the thoughts of the heart was only evil continuously. So you got these people with the think tanks who thinking of all day of ways to get you to fall off, of ways to get you to do this. All day, continuously. Read.
And it repented Yahuwah that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Most High said, I will destroy man whom I created from off the face of the earth.
So it was so bad that the Most High was grieved. This is how bad it was that he had to destroy it. So guess what? He probably feeling the same way again right now. Read.
Both man and beast, and creeping thing, and the fowls of the air. For it repents me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahuwah.
Read.
These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations.
So Noah was just and perfect in his generation or his genealogy. Noah wasn't contaminated with whatever came down and slept with the women. His people was pure. Read.
And Noah walked with the Most High.
Noah kept what the Most High told him to do. Read.
And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence.
So the earth was filled with violence. Let's go into this word and see what it comes out to be. So the Messiah knew exactly what he was saying. And the earth was corrupt before Yahuwah, and the earth was filled with violence. And the number is H2555. And the word is Hamas. And that's saying it with the guttural sound, but it comes out to Hamas. Now, I ask y'all, where is the most violence that you're seeing happening in the earth right now? It's a group over there called what? Hamas. So he actually calling them out by name, saying that they're doing these things, and the earth was filled with Hamas. You got the flip on the right?
Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. This is a video we will explain to you about what it's called organization of Hamas. For sure, Hamas now, they think or they say that they are a government, and there is many people, they praise them and they support them, and even there is some dummy Western, because they don't know what they are talking about. They say we should support Hamas. Now, before we talk about if we should support Hamas or not, who are they first? Do you know? There's many people mixed between what it's called Palestinian and Hamas party. They're just men, and there are some. Look. Look how many trucks. Just because they are singing songs, they are coming with their guns, and soon you will see what you will not believe. Look the guns machines in their hands. All of those are Hamas. Look, they are surrounding them. Look at this. For playing songs in a wedding, they are killing their people. What if you do something else? Look in there. They are beating the guy who is is getting married. They are beating the hell of him. Look. They killed him. It was a wedding. Look what they are doing. They are destroying the chair, destroying everything.
But as you see, now somebody will say, oh, that's not the same thing. He was calling them out by name. Read that again, huh?
Verse 11, Genesis 6 and 11. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence.
And the earth was filled with Hamas. Let's get another one. Last one. Let's get Ezekiel 28 and 16. We was here earlier.
Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 16. By the multitude of your merchandise.
So by the multitude of your merchandise, which is the buying and selling, same aspect from the same guy. Read.
They have filled the midst of you with violence.
They have filled the midst of you with Hamas. Same thing. And we see that this group don't have no regard for life. Period. At all. It's like you go in the kitchen when you little and all the roaches come out, you just stomping them and killing them. That's how they look at people's life, as is nothing. So from these scriptures, just like he says, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the Son of Man returns. From these scriptures, it looked like we right back in the days of Noah. Again, all of these things, single, they don't seem like much, but when you put them all together, it's big. And it's showing you directly, we back in them days. So, as he said, watch. Watch. And when it's time to go, that new TV and the new shoes you got, be ready to walk away from it at the drop of a dime. And with that, we say shalom.